I'm 38. She's 36. Her 43-year-old husband left her for a 23-year-old Swedish employee. Her 3 children with him are an 8-year-old and 2 younger ones, ages 3 and 4. She messaged me on Facebook, claiming that seeing my face again had her gasping for air. She claimed that I was quite attractive and that she looked older in all of this. Discovered me on our college's alumni page when I made the decision to join the group. I chose to pretend to be friendly in return, but the pain returned. It took me 3 years to move on from this woman and forget about her. She allegedly made a deal with some of the girls in her class to never date me, and I can still clearly recall that. One of the females informed me that she stated that, and the other girls told her that I was weak and unworthy of her. After all these strange, incomprehensible happenings, she deserves a strong man. They seemed to be sowing seeds of jealousy in her mind. She sobbed and stated she didn't know who to trust when I told her, "You shouldn't tell those girls everything about our life. If you even say something like you were sad or hurt, they will try to plant seeds." She made out with 10 individuals, including mutual friends and 2 of the girls I thought were our close friends, since she trusted them more than me. That was in the middle of the 2000s. She says she was intoxicated. She made an effort to mend our differences, but the trust was lost. I simply walked out after trying and failing miserably. It was difficult to hold her in her smile and miss her. I finally got over it when I ran into a buddy at the bookshop and we chatted about the good old days. When I inquired about her, she informed me she had quickly moved on from me. She never shown interest in me or missed me. She began dating a number of guys, our friend included, etc. In a way, every friend I had was also her buddy. The unfortunate thing is that I was friends with them before she did, and I concluded they were bad people to be around. They all kept what she did from me and spoke poorly of me to her. In the end, she got married. She claimed to have seen me during COVID, which is what she said in her post. She continued to work and expressed her gratitude for having a well-paying job at this time. In an attempt to make her less interested, I also informed her that I had been laid off in a bum. She claimed that after learning one day that her spouse had cheated on her and had met another lady, she was shaken. She tried to fight for their marriage after he left her in 2019 because she couldn't stop crying, but he claimed he got his mistress pregnant, so they swiftly divorced. He occasionally gets to have them, but she stated that she wants sole custody. The least he could do for the suffering he caused, he claimed. She informed me that her sister and her girlfriends had all chosen this man for her. They essentially gave him the go-ahead. He wasn't attractive or charming, but he was responsible and took care of his mother and family. She broke down in tears as she revealed to me that she had chosen this person over me. She inquired about my life, asking if I was married and if I had children. She messaged me with pictures of us together and stated it was just like old times when I said no. I can't stop becoming angry with her. How in the world does this woman think that everything is okay? Is she unaware of how she broke up with us? She abandoned me, siding with them instead of me. Her lack of interest in keeping me updated has led her to only reach out to me when she feels unwell. Her spouse abused her before divorcing. She asked to hear me speak, and I stayed composed. She asked, "Can I call you?" I'm not sure why, but I felt it would be all right. As soon as I say hello, she bursts into tears. She told me she couldn't stop thinking about me and how I used to smile at her. She said, "I can't believe it. My stomach is empty. I miss your voice. I can't breathe." And she started crying. I told her not to cry. I would make her giggle and was quite charming since I was so impulsive. She added that she could still remember my cologne. I'm containing myself on the phone because I'm feeling conflicted about everything. I'm glad to hear from the woman I once loved, but I'm also sad since she stabbed me in the back and didn't care about me. She asks to meet simply once while we speak. After I end the call, she texts me to apologize. I apologize by SMS for not being able to respond to her. "I can see you in person, so it's easier for me to explain," she remarked. "I advised against our meeting in person because of this COVID. No, they let you dine outside, we can grab a bite," she said. "I can't wait to meet you. Without you, I will crumble." She struggled, but eventually admitted to me that she should have listened to me instead of the incorrect counsel. She said she sobbed for days since she didn't know what to do. She wanted to be with me, but they told her I was a pretty lad, that pretty boys cheated, that I was a bum and would never amount to anything. In order to make me stop like her, she cheated on me. She says her friends and family didn't like me, therefore she couldn't choose me over them, which is why she made out with several others at a party, because she knew I would always love her. Then, because I was a kind person, I didn't want to learn that she had already experienced a lot, that her spouse had abandoned her, that she was alone, etc. I begged you not to bring that up because I'm also hurting and I don't want to become upset. Let's go on. Concentrate on your children and move on from the past. Who knows, maybe some single father will date you and you two can form a blended family or something. My female relatives and aunts informed me she's a devil when I asked them for guidance. Don't waste your time with her. She's a wolf dressed as a sheep. You were never loved by this woman. A lady in love will sacrifice herself for you. She will never wish to witness your suffering. She understands you're a wonderful man, but you care too much. Why do you have sympathy for her? Then my aunt says to me, ask yourself this. Did she support you while you were in pain? Would she do the same for you if you were in her position? No, I said, she wouldn't. Her girlfriends recently messaged me, saying I should give her another opportunity if I truly loved her. I was furious and adored her second opportunity when I read this. What in the world is wrong with me? What the heck? They're trying to make me feel guilty since she broke me and left me for dead. She responded, I understand, but just because she has 3 kids doesn't mean she can't love you. She did love you before. Forgive her and move on. You ain't young either. So, this friend of mine that I also knew is messaging me in this way. I just messaged back, saying, I didn't mean to hurt her, but she left me for that guy. How would you feel? Among her friends who told her I wasn't good was her. She introduced her to the man she eventually married. Then, 2 days later, her father messages me, saying, my daughter is hurt in here, and she would just like some closure. Could you at least give her that? I'm shocked once more. If this girl really did love me, why is she still talking to this no-good woman and having her message me? Finalization. When I desired closure, why do I have to give in to what she wants? She never offered me anything. She abandoned me. It's unbelievable to me. This is the man who adored the playboy who cheated on her and detested me to her core. He's had the audacity to make me reconcile with his daughter now. I'm delighted my aunts and cousins have informed me of the true facts about this bizarre item. And after she was tired and thrown to the curb with 3 children, her father was pleading with me to take her back. This man even informed her that her spouse was a far superior man than myself after that. This is starting to enrage me. How should I respond to the circumstance? Please provide a hand. What a crazy circumstance, wow. Check out what the community has to say, and don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments below. Floater Sinker starts us off with shut this all down ASAP. 15 years and 3 kids later. Now she needs you back? Oh yeah, the guy you don't need anybody to tell you that this woman is cancer. Would you even consider round 2? The OP comes back with, nope. It's part of the reason why I got over her, because I realized her friends and family didn't like me and liked that guy. So, they chose that guy for her and she listened to them and left me for dead. Right now, her main focus is her kids. I'm just second fiddle because she thinks I'm a sucker and remembers how caring I was to her. Timbersaw 1048 chimes in with, hey look, if you take this post and show it to any professional psychologist or counselor, they will tell you what she is doing is a clear-cut case of emotional manipulation or emotional blackmail. Just compare your mental state before she contacted you and what it is now. She already got you this far from being level-headed to complete hatred. This is a toxic trait, and please don't let it get further. Give her closure. Tell her how much she hurt you. Tell her you've been happier after she let you go. Tell her you deserve better. Go total no contact after closure. Oh, you guys believed that to be the conclusion of the tale? I'll give you an update now. Despite my difficulties, I had to meet her. I met her after making the mistake of answering her Facebook messages and allowing her to call my phone. I made every effort to control my fury. She was waiting in front of the restaurant when I got to meet her. I was walking up there when she noticed me. I was holding a mask and hadn't noticed her yet. While strolling, I noticed a woman sobbing and covering her face with her hands. She came running up to me and gave me a hug. It was she. My hands were at my sides. I didn't give her a hug in return. I was thinking this was a bad idea when she started making a big scene, and people started to gather around. An older woman asked us, "Are you guys married? Is he coming back from the service?" I said, "No, just an old college friend." She responded, "Well, she is hella emotional for just an old friend. You guys are cute together." She was becoming agitated, getting all worked up, and we could see it in their eyes as though they were planning to kiss her or we were in love. We ordered and waited outside for our dinner while I maintained my composure. She appeared somewhat heavier and older. "I miss you," she said, and her heart is racing. After we got to talking and she showed me pictures of her girls, I told her that they resembled their father, and she was overjoyed. However, I wasn't for me. She was behaving as though nothing was wrong, and I was just following her lead. After we finished our meal, I wanted to have a quiet conversation with her, so I suggested, "Let's walk towards that park area and sit on a bench and talk." I asked, "So what is the reason you wanted to meet me?" She told me bluntly that she missed me and asked me to just listen to her without getting upset. She's not very good at explanations. She said she had fucked up. I snapped at her because I couldn't handle it when she said, "If I hadn't been through the stuff I did, if I hadn't been with the guys I did and married the guy I did, and him leave me, I would never know you were the one." She claimed she understands if I don't want to be with her. I first talked calmly and told her, "So let me see if I'm getting this straight. So you cheat on me and remain friends with the girls who talked crap about me, and you French kissed at the party, and the friends who you French kissed and made out with. But you left me to die. You left me, the one who loved you the most, the one who only confided in you, the one who had nobody. You left me for dead, you did that." And I asked her, "Do you still talk to those friends?" She bursts into tears and replies, "Yeah, so after your spouse cheats on you and leaves you for a younger woman, you want me back in your life?" I said to her, "Do you know how offensive and shameless this is, that you would have the nerve to suggest what you suggested, like I'm winning some sort of prize?" As I was crying, she responded, "I understand. What the F*** is this special that I got? What distinguishes you from these younger women for me? You have already betrayed me, lied to me, cheated on me, and left me for dead. You continued to speak with them, pick them above me, and give them more weight than I did. I beat myself up every day for what I'd done to you. So that proves to me that you are using me, that you don't care about me, and that you think I'm some kind of sucker who will just forgive you." She begins to cry quite a bit and is having a panic attack, and she says, "I don't know how to say it, and I'm sorry." I then yell, "BS, you're so full of it. They informed me you moved on from me." She continues asking, "Who told you?" I replied, "It's irrelevant. You dated guys after you left me that I detested and that we knew. I felt bad because I believed I was to blame. You continue to lie even today. 3 years after you left me, you didn't even cry. They played a film of us together, and you never inquired how I was. I understand how you are, so I'm not doing this to hurt you. You don't know how to think for yourself, so after this you'll go chat to your sisters and girlfriends." I told her, "I loved you. I wanted you to have my babies, and they will say the same trash they always did, that I'm no good and you deserve better and yada yada. If you had married me, I'd still be with you today." She said, "I know." Her sister calls up and she is babysitting for her, and she said she has to go to work soon, so we cut her meeting short. I walk her to her car, and she then tries to hug me again, and I say, "No," and she fights with me, saying, "No," and I just let her hug me, and she starts smelling my neck and tells me how she misses my scent and my cologne, etc. Shortly after I get home before bed, she sends me a text message saying, "I will not stop fighting for you. When you ask me what I get that's unique, I tell you nothing. It's true that I gave myself away to other people, but I've never felt the way I do with you." She said, "You deserve to start over with a younger woman. You deserve that. And I fought it out and listened to others' advice, and I chose against you, and I paid dearly and suffered for it. I can only attempt to demonstrate to you that I will not give up on you. I hope you forgive me, But if you don't, I also understand. That is the last message she sent me, and I didn't reply. And here is the final update. So I stopped talking to her after meeting up. As you all know, in part 2 update, she would send my Facebook messages but then stopped. Then before Christmas, she sends me a message, a text message, and then a voicemail on Facebook, asking me what I will be doing for Christmas or New Year's Eve. She sent me some quote on forgiveness again and learning, and some story of some person who didn't mature until later and that everyone learns, some mature faster than others, basically hinting that the story is about her, that she didn't realize she hurt someone until she lost everything and now she feels the pain of that person she hurt and didn't realize that person is someone she should have been with. Anyway, I didn't reply to her after Christmas. Her friend messaged me on Facebook and said I was a pathetic excuse for a man. She said I was a coward and didn't deserve her, and that I was weak for not moving on and forgiving her. She also said a man would never do what I did and hurt a woman's feelings, that I was showing my true colors and mean-spirited. She then said if I really loved her, I would have given her a second chance and said all that stuff I said about loving her years ago was all fake then because now that she is single and not as good looking, it shows I was shallow and I only loved her for her looks. She really ripped on me. I decided to message her friend back and told her, "Well, what do I get that's so special? What do you mean?" she asked. Her friend didn't bother to respond, instead sending me the talk to the hand emoji and saying, "You know what? This convo is over, you loser." And I said, "She cheated on me, left me, basically abandoned me, and never thought about me and had kids with another man that you helped approve and hook her up with and told her I was no good years ago. Women deserve better in 2021. I shut her up with the comment that she hooked her up and approved her ex-husband who ended up cheating and told her I was no good years ago. This friend is a piece of crud. No remorse. She can't feel guilty or refuses to feel bad for her. Advising my ex not to be with me but then hooking her up with a piece of crud who married her and then cheated and left her hanging. Instead, she attacks me and calls me less of a man. I haven't seen this girl in 15 years, so what the heck?